Hello, I hope somebody is listening. I'm sending out this call via radio signal. Long outdated, I know, but perhaps one of the few methods of communication the city has forgotten to monitor. In a dark and desperate cry for help. Things in Universe City are not what they seem. I cannot tell you who I am. Please just call me Radio. Radio Silence. I am, after all, only a voice on a radio, and there may not be anyone listening. I wonder, if nobody is listening to my voice, am I making any sound at all?
Hello, my name is Elise, and if you happen to know and love where that little part of a transcript that I read out loud at the beginning of this video is from, then you're in the right place. If you have no idea where it's from, then maybe stick around because you might find a new favorite book, because that little excerpt is from one of my favorite books ever, Radio Silence by Alice Oseman. If you haven't guessed by the title of this video, this is an announcement for a read-along I'm going to be hosting this summer. It's all based around one of my favorite authors ever. If you've been on this channel, then you know that I love this author. It's Alice Oseman, who writes a bunch of contemporary young adult books that come in different formats. She has prose books, like regular books that, you read like regular books. That came out really weird. She has graphic novels and also novellas. So for this read along, I am joined by Katie from the YouTube channel Katie Can't Read, and we're going to be reading all of Alice Oseman's work throughout the entire summer. So just some logistics first, so y'all don't get bored of me gushing nonstop about Alice Oseman, because I might as well save that for the end of this video, because I'll probably be doing that throughout the entire summer as we read these books. But yeah, just the basics of this read along. This is in fact a read along, which means we'll have certain books to read at certain times, and you try to read the book at that time frame. It's going to be 2 weeks per book, and if you can read the book in that time, or if you're interested in the book or don't want to read the book, whatever, that is the time frame we'll be trying to read that book, and then we'll have a discussion, and yeah, it's going to be a good time. So the read-along is going to start in May, right at the end, May 30th, and we're going to start with Heartstopper, which is arguably right now Alice Oseman's most popular work. But if you have not heard of Heartstopper, it is a webcomic that was then published as a print graphic novel. So that will be our first read. There is 4 volumes of the graphic novel, but you can also just read it online. So one convenient perk of us starting with Heartstopper is that Alice Oseman has uploaded all of Heartstopper online for free. So if you are planning to join this read along and you want to read all of the books, you have time to make sure you have access to copies of the other books, because the very first one we're reading is definitely online for free, legally posted by the author. So yeah, if you're not too big into graphic novels / comics, I would still give this one a try, because this web series is probably the web series that made me interested in reading comics. I don't read too many, but this is definitely friendly for people who don't know much about comics or don't usually read them. So yeah, I hope you join us for that one. Again, it's starting on May 30th, and I will have all of the information below about what days we're reading things and where you can access our Twitter and Discord. I'm kind of jumping ahead saying things because I will mention that again later in the video. But yeah, summing that up, we are starting May 30th with Heartstopper, which is free online. And you have 2 weeks to read that. You can take your time, read it at any point in those 2 weeks. Heartstopper should not take a long time to read because there are very few words. It's a very picture-based comic. And we also have a little bonus book, which is the novella Nick and Charlie. So that's optional. If you don't want to read it, that's cool. It's just a short story. It's a novella. So it contributes to the story, but it's not one of Alice Oseman's main works, so if you'd like to skip it that time or you don't have time to read it, then that's cool. So after Heartstopper, we are going to continue to read different books from Alice Oseman. I have a little cute infographic I made that I will post online, and I'll also have all of the dates down below. But yeah, you can check that out, and the read-along is going to go through we passed April, through August 7th. So it's pretty much the whole summer. Again, you have 2 weeks to read each book. If that sounds like it's not enough time for you, I will just say from experience reading the books, they are pretty short books, but if that is too much for you, feel free to skip out on certain books or just read what you like, because this should not be stressful. I like to make things stressful. Don't be like me. Don't make it stressful. This is supposed to be a fun time, and I really, really love Alice Oseman. I think her writing is just so gorgeous and her stories are so relatable. So I'm hoping this will be a fun thing that will introduce more people to her writing, or, you know, build a way to communicate with other fans of her writing, because yeah, I just really, really love these books. And I do realize I said I was going to say the logistics before I started gushing. So stop, go back to the logistics. All right, so as I kind of mentioned before, in a very scattered manner, we're going to be reading books May 30th to August 7th, and each 2-week period will be a different book. Once in a while there will be a little bonus book you can read if you want to, but at the end of that 2-week period we're going to have a live show discussion where we can talk about the book. So either Katie or I will host the live show on one of our channels, and if you can make it, join us for the live show and you can comment all your thoughts and have a discussion with us. We'll definitely be talking about books that we love. There are definitely some Alice Oseman books that are not my favorite, even though she's my favorite author, so it'll be an interesting conversation. I'd love to hear all of your thoughts. The live shows will probably take place on the weekends, so yeah, I hope you all can make it. There is going to be a Twitter account. Right now, I think I have named it Oseman-Along with a underscore under between Oseman and Along. I'm not sure. I will double check and then I will put the name right here, and you can follow the Twitter, and there me or Katie will tweet out all of the announcements for when we're doing live shows, so that way y'all can join us. We will also have a Discord channel, and I will just say right now, I am not very tech savvy, so I don't exactly know how to use Discord. I'm gonna leave that to Katie, but if you'd like to join the Discord, I will also have the link here, and it will also be on the Twitter, and you can join that. That'll be another platform where you can discuss what you're reading, and from what I understand from Discord, it's a bit easier to say things as you're reading, if that makes any sense. So yeah, join that if you are wanting to have some more interactions with other Alice Oseman fans, because that way we can all talk to each other. I was gonna say one-on-one, but I guess it wouldn't be one-on-one. I think it's like a big group message. I don't know how to use Discord, but I will be learning this summer just for this read along. The other part of this read along is Alice Oseman actually has a coloring book. It's called the Heartstopper Coloring Book, and it's literally a coloring book based off of the characters from this universe. And I thought this was super cute. I am so excited for this. And if you'd like to get a copy, I will find links for people so you can get a copy. But the thing we're going to be doing with the coloring book is we're going to have little live shows where we're going to color together. So in addition to the live show discussions where we are just discussing the books, we'll have little casual live shows where y'all can pull out your Heartstopper coloring books or whatever. You don't have to buy this. You can just hang out with us. This is just, you know, to make a theme for the live show. You don't have to go out and buy this if you don't want to. You can still participate, draw whatever you like, go clean your room, read a book, file some papers. I don't know, whatever you have to do if you'd like to join us anyways. But yeah, on the live show, we're just gonna, I guess, talk a bit, chill out, do some coloring, have some fun. I don't know. I think we'll probably arrange it kind of like reading sprints, maybe, or maybe it'll just be casual. Who knows? I guess it depends on who is interested and if enough people want to color with us or hang out. But yeah, that will be a thing in the future, hopefully. I think it's super cute. I'm very excited to color my favorite characters. But yeah, that will be another little addition to this read along. So that's basically all of the logistics, pretty much. Just the fact that we have a Twitter, which you can follow, Oseman_along, I'm pretty sure, again. And then we have the Discord. I'll have that link down below, and we're gonna have the live show discussions for the books and the live shows for the coloring. And the other thing I was just gonna say is, again, with Heartstopper, that's free online, so we're starting there. You can have that free on your phone or tablet or laptop or whatever, so no rush there. But if you want to get the other books, I would just check, make sure you have access to them, because I know my library didn't have any, but I think there are the audiobooks, maybe the actual books are there on Scribd. I think that's how you pronounce that. I've heard that I've been pronouncing that wrong for the past how many years, so I hope that's right. But yeah, you can get a free trial of that if you use a new email, so that's an option. And I think they're on a bunch of different websites, and you can try used bookstores too. So hope you guys can get a copy to read it. But yeah, that is basically it. Okay, now I'm just gonna do a little tiny segment on why I'm doing this read along, because I just need to gush about Alice Oseman for a hot second, so just give me that for the next few minutes. Thank you. Okay, technically if you want to stop watching, you could right now, but if I haven't convinced you to join, I just wanted to say that Alice Oseman's writing has meant so much to me in the past year. I think I only started reading her books probably about a year ago, actually probably about this time, because I started my booktube channel just about a year ago. It was in May that I started, and I hadn't really been reading for the past previous years because I just didn't have time to or lost interest. And it wasn't until I read Radio Silence by Alice Oseman that I just finally felt like I really wanted to read again. This book meant so much to me. It had characters that I could really relate to, but for the first time, their personal identities really resonated with me, and I just saw myself in a book for the first time. Maybe not the first time, but this was the first time I felt so wholly represented, and that just meant the world to me. And I just took off from there. I read most of her books. There's maybe one I think I haven't read, but yeah, I'm really hoping these books resonate with you all if you have not read them yet. Every single one of them, well, almost every single one of them has meant so much to me. And if you're someone who likes to look for diversity and different kinds of representation in books, this author is definitely one that you want to check out. So I'm hoping you all will enjoy the books. It is contemporary fiction. I know that is not everyone's favorite genre, but hey, if you're looking for something to do this summer, maybe try one of the books, because they really are something that I really, really enjoy, and it means a lot to me. So yeah, it would mean the world to me if you all join the read along. Once again, just tweet me if you're joining, or follow the Twitter or whatever. I am so excited to scream my thoughts about this book, and all the books, this author, I guess. And I am really looking forward to the Heartstopper TV show, which is coming out who knows when, but it's actually happening. So yeah, there's just a lot of good things going on, and I'm really excited to read all the books. And yeah, I guess that's enough gushing for now, because I'm definitely going to be uploading more videos where I basically just gush about how much literature means to me. So yeah. All right, this is the end of the video. I just felt the need to hold up my books at the end of the video just because I love them. I have, I think, 2 more coming in the mail. I have Solitaire and Heartstopper Volume 4 that are eventually coming. But these are my prized possessions. If you're wondering why there's a hole in my bookshelf, that's because that's where they usually live. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you will join us for this read along. If you love Alice Oseman, yay, let's scream about how much we love these books. If you have no idea who Alice Oseman is, get on it. Read the books with us. They're great. But yeah, see you next video. Goodbye. My light keeps falling in the corner, and I realize you can't see it, but it's bothering me, so I'm going to tape it, although I can't find the end of this tape, so maybe I won't be taping it. I could be here, I could film the entire video just looking for this end of the tape. Oh, that was supposed to be dramatic and fall. Never mind. All right, cut. Cut, no pun intended. Daniel!